Hello, STEM at Home friends. It's so good to see you. My name is Laura, and I'm here with my best helpers,
Isabel and Madeline.
Isabel and Madeline, and we're going to do 2 mini experiments today about water.
How fun!
More specifically, it's about rain and the water cycle. The water cycle is the circle, the path that all water on our planet takes every day, all day, year after year after year, and it never stops, and it goes on and on forever. So remember, it's very important to keep water clean. Very important. We have to take care of it.
Make sure everybody has enough.
So, and make sure everyone has enough, to make sure it's clean, so it's healthy for people, and so that it's healthy for hundreds and hundreds of years to come. Before we get started on the experiments themselves, we're going to look at a picture of the water cycle so you can see the path that water takes. You may also have heard our teapot whistling. Madeline got up and turned it off for us. Thank you.
Because for our first experiment, we're going to need an ice cube.
Ice cube?
And hot water, but we're going to wait a little bit until we do that.
Yeah, so we're going to need an ice cube and hot water. So those are materials that you will have needed to get ready ahead of time. Okay, so let's take a look at the water cycle. I wrote a book. It's called April Showers.
The Story of a Raindrop.
The Story of a Raindrop. And on the blog, you can find a recording of me reading the whole story. I'm not going to read the whole story right now. I just want to show you the water cycle. And you can start anywhere on the water cycle. You can start down here, you can start over here, but for the purposes of our discussion, we're going to start up here with precipitation, and that's the water that falls from the sky as rain or as sleet or as snow. So precipitation, and then the water falls down to earth and collects in puddles on the ground. And some of that water will get sucked into the ground. So that process is called percolation, where the water collects in the puddles and gets sucked into the ground. And another great word for that is absorption. And a lot of the water gets absorbed by the roots of plants. Then, water that's in lakes, and oceans, and streams heats up from the sun, and plants and trees that soak up water heat up from the sun, and the water actually comes out of the leaves of the plant, almost like sweat for people. It's like plant sweat. That's called transpiration. So then all that water heats up from the sun, and as it heats up, it becomes an invisible water vapor. You cannot see it. It turns into a gas, and that water vapor floats up. It evaporates up into the sky, which is quite cold. And then when that evaporated water, that water gas, hits the cold sky, it turns back into a water droplet. And all those water droplets collect and join up together to make clouds. And that's called condensation. And then once the cloud is full, it rains again. So that's the water cycle. Yes, and it goes over and over and over and over and over. Absolutely. So we're going to do an experiment where we can try to create condensation here in the kitchen. And we're also going to do an experiment where we create a rain cloud. So we're going to start with the condensation, because that takes a few minutes to watch that process play out. And while we're waiting, we'll make our rain cloud. So to begin this experiment, we need 2 glass or plastic, but it's best if they're clear so you can see through them, either dishes or cups. I think cups is probably preferred, but this is what we have, so this is what we're going to use. This, and we're making a planet Earth, so this is the bottom of our planet, and this is the top of our planet, and they sit together. And we're going to put water in the bottom of our planet. We can pretend it's a lake. Does that sound good?
Ooh, fun.
So it's going to be a lake. It can be whatever you want it to be, an ocean or a stream or even a field of plants that are now wet from all the transpiration. That's fine too. So here's our lake. We need to put water in it. Now we don't have a sun that's going to come and heat up. The heat from the sun is not going to come down and heat this up in our kitchen right now. So at least not in the time that we need it to happen. We want this to happen pretty quick. So we heated up water on the stove. So I'm going to get that. We're going to put the hot water in. We're going to close it off. And then we need to put something on top of this that will make our sky cold.
Like an ice cube?
Like an ice cube. We're going to put an ice cube on top. Nice. And you'll notice that our cups are dry. You know, it's not a magic trick. There's no trickery. This is dry. There's nothing in there. No drops, no nothing. But if we wait and watch as our hot water turns into a gas and evaporates up and gets stopped by the cold, I hope, just like
Rain.
in nature, yeah.
It rains.
Yes, I'm hoping we can get our, I'm hoping to get our glass earth to rain. So we're going to try. We're going to try. And so, okay, I'm going to move quick. I'm going to get the hot water and the ice cube. And you guys will sit here with our friends. Okay, here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Hot water.
Ice cube.
So we have our heated groundwater. And we have an ice cube for our cold, cold sky. Okay, here I come. Okay, sit down. All right, friends at home, this is hot, so you'll let a grown-up pour it. Whoa, you can already see that steam coming off.
We're gonna put on the lid.
Put the lid
top
on.
of our earth is blocking.
Yes, the top of our earth is catching that water vapor. It's hot, friends, so you have to be careful, but I'm gonna hold this up. You can already see that it's foggy inside, and if you look closely, I'll bet you see some water collecting already. But to speed that process up, we're gonna make our sky cold by putting an ice cube on top. Thanks. Okay, now we're just gonna leave it. Okay. So let's take a little note. It's important when you're doing science to write down what you see. So we have our, whoops. We have our
cup.
first cup, the bottom of our earth, right?
And it's filled up to about the top.
Sure, we put water in. And what kind of water was that? Hot water.
Because you
Steam.
can hear the kettle.
Yes.
going.
So we have hot water. And then we close off the top with another glass for the top. So we made an earth. And we
need
put,
our ice cube eggs, especially.
we need our ice cube. We put an ice cube on top to make the top of our sky cold. Cold sky. Okay. And now we're going to watch and wait and see. And I put these lines so you could remember that it was steaming, evaporating, but you don't really see those. So now that I'm going to erase them actually, just for now. So you'll remember. You know what we can do? We can do this. That was hot water. Okay. So I'm going to cap up my marker. We'll give that a few minutes and we'll come back to it. Maddie, I'm going to put that by you.
Okay.
Cool. Ooh, I already see
Same.
water droplets forming. The evaporated, invisible water vapor is coming up. It's evaporating up. It's getting stopped by the cold sky and it is condensing. We are seeing condensation. We are seeing the evaporated water gas turn back into a liquid, into droplets. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, let's leave that there. I'm gonna just put that there. Okay, and we're gonna make a rain cloud.
Ooh, fun.
Here is our earth. I'm gonna tip this down so you can see it a little more. Hopefully that's good. Here's our earth. We filled our earth with water so that we had something in there to catch our rain when it falls. Otherwise, the rain will just fall and hit the bottom of the glass. It doesn't look as exciting as when there's water in here to catch it. So we need to put a rain cloud on top of this. Shall we? What do you think?
I'm not really. I guess.
Do you want to do something? Go ahead.
I guess.
Okay. Give it a nice squeeze. Very good. Okay. Woo. Okay. I'm going to add a little extra because I don't want any holes. Seem good?
Okay.
Cool stuff. So now we have our cloud. And our cloud has been collecting water droplets and collecting and collecting and collecting. And what happens? Go ahead, Madeline. Why don't you put a whole bunch of water droplets in our cloud? Cool. Keep going. Because our cloud can hold a lot of water droplets, but eventually
Something's gonna happen.
something's going to happen. Eventually, our cloud will become too full with water droplets.
Do you guys see that?
I'm going to turn it, okay?
Ooh.
Eventually, our cloud becomes too full of water droplets. And it starts to rain.
That's beautiful.
Nice work, friends. Nice work. Let's take a little observation of that, too. I'm going to tip this back. I'm going to tip that back. Our cloud fills with water droplets until what happens?
It rains.
And why does it rain?
Because it gets too full.
Good, it gets too full and it begins to rain.
Luckily, we have a blue marker.
Yeah, the blue marker's a good match. Nice job, friends. That is called precipitation. Awesome. On the STEM at Home website, you can find some papers to help you take notes and to review what you learned in these experiments. How does water vapor make clouds? And how do clouds make rain? And you can use those at home to review what you learned and to take notes. There's also some papers that you can print at home that you can take your observations on if you don't want to use a plain sheet of paper or a whiteboard. And I just want to show our friends at home the inside of our planet. I'm going to take off this ice cube.
It's gonna be cold. Mom.
It is cold. Yeah, I'm going to take off the ice cube. And of course,
Oh,
there's
it's
some water that collected on top because the ice cube melted a bit. But we're not really concerned about the top one. We're going to wipe that off because that's not the water we're concerned with right now. We want to see the water inside the jar. So I'm going to tip it up. I know, I will be careful.
Really hot.
It is hot. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to
Use a towel. What a good idea.
put this here. I want to show my friends at home
Ooh, fancy.
that it's wet inside.
But there's another raindrop coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that invisible hot water vapor got trapped by the cold sky and it condensed. There was condensation where the water vapor turned back into water droplets and it rains. Awesome. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your help. I hope you guys had fun with us. We had fun with you. I hope you're able to give these experiments a try at home, and I hope you can learn about and get to see the water cycle at home. Have a great, great, great day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.